Okay, time to wake up, guys. We got an exciting session planned with Showcase 1. We have 19 companies pitching. These are all part of the TiE50 selection. All great companies. Each company, we will play a 2-minute video. And then we have 3 distinguished judges here from the investment community, Chetan, Bhupen, and Rohini. And they will be asking a question out of each startup. And then at the end of this, they'll select 3 showcase winners. So again, first of all, you guys are already winners. So you're a winner squad by being a showcase winner. One of the important points is I'm going to bring in also our sponsor, Kata. Every TiE50 winner has a special Kata benefit, which is access to the free launch ban, and as well as a 20-year first discount on their paid plans. And Neil is going to come present what the Kata is all about and what the plans. But this is a great opportunity, by the way. This is worth a few $1,000s on an annual basis. The 9 MTD companies yesterday, as well as the 3 showcase winners in the first session and 3 in the second session, will actually qualify a special additional 10% discount. So it will be a 30% first-year discount on the cap table. So with this, I'd like to invite Neil to come up, and he's going to give a very quick pitch on what Kata is about.
The world sees the headlines, the money raised, the success. They see big numbers and famous VCs, a rocket ship finally taking off. But behind that headline is something they don't see. It costs money, sure, but fundraising costs a lot more than that. It costs long nights, late hours, apologies for empty chairs at dinner tables. It's endless rejection, countless no's before a single yes. Fundraising can cost your confidence. Wondering if you'll make payroll next month, or when the investor will wire the money, so you can keep the dream alive another day. But they also don't see the camaraderie, the next hire, moving day, or the feeling when you get that email. Congratulations, wire transfer complete. They don't see the shirts you buy the team, because now you are one. There's a lot more to raising money than a headline. But for those brave enough to take it on, you're not alone.
Thanks, everyone. I just want to say our goal is to help you keep your dream alive, like the video said, right? So dividing equity for your employees, founders, investors, advisors, managing your cap table as you grow and scale. We want to be with you every part of the way. As a proud Indian American, I'm really glad to be here. And I want to thank you and congratulations to all the people who are going to pitch in advance, because just by the virtue of you being here pitching, you've already won. And thank you very much, Anand and Patricia. We appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, Neil, and thanks a lot, Kata, for the wonderful benefits you're all going to get. We are also using a new technology that is built by Startup Steroid. Ashish Sabu will be talking about it. So Ashish, you want to take the floor? And all of you are going to be actually participating in the feedback on every company. Yay!
Thank you, Anand. So, TiE50, everybody is going to pitch, and we have judges who are going to provide the feedback, but we want to provide opportunity to each and every one of you to be a part of the founder's journey, provide them feedback, provide them anything which you would like to. Just scan this QR code. It just takes a couple of simple steps. Once you scan the QR code, you will be asked your email address and a couple of pieces of information. Right there. So it will ask you for your email, your name, and are you a founder? Are you a service provider or investor? And then you will get the list of all the companies. So as the companies finish their pitching and the Q&A, you can just click on the button called take poll and just answer 2 questions. Would you like to connect with the company in future? Yes, no, very simple. And any feedback, it can be about their pitch. It can be, hey, I know another founder you can connect with. Hey, I'm a VC. I have a portfolio of companies. I would like to talk to you. Any feedback like that. Anything is better than nothing. That's what I say, right? You are in the room. You are listening to their pitch. Help them with this journey. So please do that. And we'll provide that QR code from time to time for new people who might be walking in later. But I strongly urge all of you to please take time and provide that feedback. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashish. Again, great applause for Ashish. Startups are right, providing the platform that all of you guys actually accessed when you submitted your TiE50 application. So they made it so easy for us to evaluate the application, and this is an additional bonus. With this, I actually like to have a very quick introduction from the judges. So Bhupen, you want to go first, and just give a quick background.
Yeah, my name is Bhupen Shah, and I'm a serial entrepreneur and very avid angel investor. I've been doing angel investments since last 15 years, about 75 plus companies. My successful exit ratio is about 25%, which is not too bad. And I've gone through all the journey, and now it is all about the AI-verse and quantum computing, and I'm so much excited about all the new opportunities to continue investment in startup ecosystem. I'm looking forward to the pitch and watching all the great companies pitch of TiE50.
Thank you, Bhupen. Rohini?
Hi, everyone. Rohini Chakravarti. I'm managing partner of New Build Venture Capital. New Build is a young firm. We're a couple of years old. We focus on supply chain software, so enterprise firm. So we invest in early stage ideas, US go-to-market, so in the supply chain space. And you can go to my website, newbuild.vc, to see some details on the types of things we do. Before New Build, I was at NEA for 9 years. I was an investor in one of Bhupen's firms. And before that, Intel Capital for 7 years. So I've been in and around venture for a long time. Thank you for having me here, and I look forward to the presentation.
Thank you, Rohini. And the third investor is Chetan Mehta, Om Ventures.
Hello, everyone. Great to be here. Thanks, Anand. So I'm the founding partner at Om Ventures. We are a Dubai-based VC fund focused on investing in early-stage Indian founders. We invest in India and also in the US largely. Do pre-seed, seed checks, anything from $250K to $1 million. Our focus areas are innovation, so a lot of tech, deep tech, AI, and also consumer tech, fintech. Great to interact with all, and looking forward to this. Thank you.
So we're going to play the video for the first company, and the founder CEO needs to come here and get ready for answering questions.
Hi, I'm Preeti Suri. In my past life, I used to be an accountant and an investment banker. Then I became a mom. After a complicated birth, followed by a cross-continental move, I found myself 60 pounds heavier, battling postpartum depression, and feeling lonely in a new country. The outdoors saved me. On my son's 2nd birthday, I stood on the summit of Mount Rainier. Physically stronger than ever, and more importantly, mentally whole. But the real transformation did not happen on the summit. It happened on the trails. Step by step, hike after hike, I healed. That journey led me to build Adventure Tripper, an AI-native marketplace for active adventure trips, powered by vetted local guides offering a fully supported experience. We make transformational travel possible, not by assuming people know how to do this, but by providing the guidance, preparation, and community they need to experience the restorative power of nature. Today, our platform offers 450 plus curated trips across 45 plus countries and counting. Built-in training plans, expert guidance, and 24/7 on-trip support. And direct access to the same local guides used by luxury operators, but at 1/3 the cost. We've grown organically with zero paid marketing, delivering $2.2 million in annualized GMV within 3 years. 40% of our customers either return or refer us, and we boast of 99% five-star reviews. This is a $483 billion market growing at 23% CAGR. No one has consolidated the multi-day experiences space. We are what Viator is to day tours, but for longer, more meaningful experiences and with a more profitable business model. And with our AI-powered fulfillment, we can scale both demand and supply 10 times without increasing headcount. Adventure changed my life. Now we're making it accessible to millions more, and we're raising to scale. Thank you for your support.
Quick question. So how do you scale, and what's your margin profile?
Absolutely. So in terms of scaling, 60% of our business is B2B. We sell through the health and fitness industry. We've sold through Bay Club, Pro Club, Lifetime. We sell through influencers, online communities. And we're going to, right now, only in the North American market. India is the fastest growing adventure travel market. So we'll scale by increasing destinations, markets, different categories. And the business model is 20% commission basis, but it can go to 30% because we do the fulfillment and provide extra service.
This is a very crowded space. So what is your differentiation?
Absolutely. We don't assume people know how to do this stuff. So the post-sales service we provide is what people come to us for. People who always wanted to climb Kilimanjaro looking for a guide don't come to us. People who never thought they could climb Kilimanjaro believe that we can make it happen. And we give them the community. We're a community of 400,000 plus people. Nobody has that. We provide people the community to do this stuff with, community that will not judge you. So the support in communities are a differentiator. Any other?
One more question. Okay. I guess, so travel is a big space. So, would you expect Expedia or TripAdvisor or AllTrails, where do you think the competition is going to be?
Yeah, they are actually all looking at us because we're a niche inventory. They want us to plug into them. I'm already talking to Make My Trip. We will soon be plugging our inventory. It's an API-based platform. We'll be plugging into Make My Trip soon, and then eventually Expedia, and that's the Capital One, Amex. We're having all those conversations because that's a business model, B2B.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Ishwar Iyer, CEO at TiEcon Inc. And today I want to talk about the next generation drug discovery pipeline that we are building. So here's the big elephant in the room. Imagine these are all the structures in nature of the proteins, and you took 0.1% of the structure to generate the structure of all the 200 million data points. While this is impressive, we are going to miss a lot of useful information. In fact, it's like predicting the plot of a movie by looking at 0.1% of its frames randomly frozen. And that's where there's a need for more high quality data comes in. In fact, there are several publications that talk about it recently after the Nobel Prize in protein structure prediction, where they're talking about the data that we need and we're running out of it. So what we've done at TiEcon is generated a data generation engine that's larger in scale than anybody else. We look at larger parameter spaces. Here, for example, this dot represents yeast display, 10 to the power of 7 parameters, phage display, 10 to the power of 10 parameters. And what we do at TiEcon today is 10 to the power of 24 space of parameters. This is called YOTA ML square, YOTA scale machine learning on massive libraries. We achieve this by performing a multiplicative integration of deep learning with synthetic biology, where they multiply. And we have a lab in a loop where there's design, build, test that happens pretty rapidly. And we can look at much larger parameter space and screen those in the wet lab. So it's a perfect combination of AI and wet lab to make better predictions. But really what we're doing in the back end is generating massive data sets that are our moat. In fact, we're generating more data per day. In fact, every week we're generating 10 million data points. And we are at a very interesting value inflection point. We already have a partnership with one of the top 3 pharma by market cap and several cancer research hospitals. So I would love to see if I can partner with some of you to engineer the next generation of drug discovery pipelines. Thank you so much for your attention and look forward to speaking with you all.
truly high tech. So a question on what's your ideal, who's your buyer? Like who's the customer profile that you go after and what are they buying?
The ideal customer is a large pharma where we craft bespoke molecules for them and take them through the value chain. And there's a lot of value. Now, it's hard for a company to own the whole value chain, but if you can take a molecule that can do what other current technologies cannot do and then de-risk it through certain procedures using our engineering, pharma is willing to pay a lot. For example, I think one of the deals that we have, there's a upfront payment and there's a very large sort of milestones and royalties that's sort of built in. Now, these are biobucks, perhaps, as of now, but the ability for us to close that demonstrates that we can do more of these.
So selling the product to the pharma is a long cycle, right? And many times they are very extended pilots. So what is your strategy to convert the trial or pilot into the revenue?
Great. Actually, we have two areas that we are generating value. First is, there's a lot of companies that are trying to do protein structure predictions, AI for drug discovery. Problem is they're using that 0.1% of data for prediction. There is a gap. So we are generating data at scale, the mapped data. I think there's going to be value. That's going to be perhaps monetizable in itself. In that process, it's almost like a wheel and spoke model. While that happens parallelly, we can also build relationships with pharma. It does take a while to do this, but pharma is super interested in a molecule. They're willing to sort of pay upfront and work together. You might be seeing a lot of recent deals where they're paying upfront to AI companies to build on these molecules. So I think it does take something, and I think we are in the process of hiring someone specifically, like a pharma expert, to do these business deals.
Thank you.
Meet Sophia, a fashion designer who's on a mission to make the industry more sustainable. Like many fashion designers, Sophia struggled to keep up with the latest trends and found it challenging to manage her workload. That's when she discovered Ambram, a B2B SaaS enterprise solution designed for the fashion and textile industry. With Ambram's innovative solution, Sophia can easily manage design assets and projects on the wall, which is Ambram's unique proposition. She can create tags, categories, subcategories, fabrics, colors, and seasons, helping her stay on top of her product creation. Sophia can collaborate with her team members, invite associates into a virtual group, and start working together seamlessly. The platform's color library allows Sophia to organize and store colors for easy access and reference. With Ambram, Sophia can build relationships with her suppliers and manufacturers, keeping up with industry trends and developments while prioritizing responsible practices. Sophia can continue to design successful customer-centric products by implementing Ambram. Join the Ambram community.
Thank you. Can you tell us a little bit of your background? Like, how did you come up with this idea, and why this market?
Well, I'm a designer myself, 26 years in this industry, and 13 years I managed a design studio with 40 designers, and I was actually working with a lot of, almost 20 design studios here, design brands, you name it, Anthropologie, Nordstrom, Ann Taylor, AEO, and one of the things that I realized that we are communicating in WhatsApp when we are taking feedbacks, or when we were not given any PLM tool. And that's the gap I found while working not just once, but many years on the go. And if you notice, COVID happened and fashion just went down. And after that, you can see the amount of technology that people are investing in this area. So I thought it's the right time. I got this idea when I was in UC Berkeley for my course. I wanted to build a brand. I came here to build a brand, but then I got hit by technology, and I thought brands need to work efficiently. World does not need one more brand. So I shifted and pivoted to tech, learned, and then built.
What's your current traction? And by the way, I may have a customer for you, so we can chat.
Fantastic. So great. We just launched, and then we got 4 customers in India. Interestingly, 2 are D2C, one is a couture customer. We are pivoting a little bit. It's called one of the brands. They're looking at us not just for the technology, but they're saying, Kalyani, you have the background. Why don't you just work as a virtual design studio for us, for our New York brand? So we are seeing slight pivots. We have to take a careful call. But yeah, whatever happens, the tech would be the center point for us. And all the pivots we will do just to sustain ourselves, but we'll come back to tech all the time. That's where our concentration is.
So are you focused in clothing or jewelry or just only clothing to begin with?
You know what, I'll tell you, at this point of time, because I come from this industry, I'm hitting that market, but I realized on the go that it can be for any creative customer, for FMCG, graphic design, for automotive, their supply chain, because they don't make anything in their offices. They source everything. You get it? So the market's going to be large. I'm already getting interest from healthcare because they think that as a company, we have a huge knowledge base with textiles. So why don't you just help us with Nico infant garments? So that's the thing. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kyo from Aposis. Aposis is like a Fitbit for infrastructure. Plug in sensors on a dashboard that track the health of railways, tunnels, and pipelines in real time and prevent failures. Today, most railways still rely on manual inspections. Data collection is often inefficient, inaccessible, and inaccurate. And even when data is captured, large data is difficult and expensive to process. This is an urgent issue made worse by aging infrastructure, declining workforce, and climate change. So we built an end-to-end infrastructure monitoring system. Our portable sensor unit attaches to vehicles like trains to automate infrastructure monitoring. It creates a highly accurate digital twin of the infrastructure and its surroundings. We lease the hardware, sell dashboard access by subscription, giving operators real-time and predictive alerts to catch problems early and cut maintenance costs. We had successful paid pilots with Shortline Railway in Manitoba and now finalizing contracts with Canada's third largest rail operator, as well as international partners in Spain and the UK. What sets us apart is that our solution is not limited to rail. Our unit is already being adopted for tunnels, sewage system, roads, and natural gas pipelines. Any infrastructure that needs long-range, real-time monitoring and predictive maintenance. Here's what we learned. Infrastructure operators don't need more data. They need less noise, more clarity, and the ability to act early. Aposis spent last 3 years building a system that delivers clear alerts. What's wrong, where, when to act, and prevent failures before they happen. We have 4 patents filed to protect how we collect, fuse, and process this data. Now we're raising to scale production, close new contracts in railway, and expand across sectors. Thank you for your time, and we'd love to talk more.
So can you comment about what is your key IP in there and what is typically a deployment side? Do you need different solutions for different verticals, like for railways different, then sewage is different, or the same technology and the hardware can apply to all?
Basically, we are the first one try to build a system vertical from the data sensing to up to data reporting and visualization. So other competitor basically focus on one sector, hardware, software, the dashboard. So I think the key is, we solve a few critical industry challenge. The data problem, too big, is huge. So we have some secret sauce to solve the problem using different technologies.
So from your offering perspective, is there a lot of hardware component as part of your revenue, or it's largely more analytics and
So the main model is the data. So data is hardware, just data collection. It's initial stage of the whole process, and the whole business model is data as a service, and also a platform as a service.
Can you tell us more about what traction you have? How many of these are deployed today? How many customers?
So we got a one pilot testing with Shoreline Railway, and we are testing a few major railways in Canada, and also we just formed a partnership with a Spanish company, and we are connecting all the world, like India, Japan, UK, Germany. So it's a global industry problem. So we see it here in North America, and also, basically based on our, conversation is the global industry problem. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Charles Yeomans. I'm the CEO of Atomy. So what we address is the structure of data itself, the new oil. Data is exploding from IoT. It's overwhelming networks, and it's hard to find what you need. And 98% of it has no security. And so what we really need is a new approach for how data is used, it's moved, it's stored, secured, the whole thing. Because the old paradigm of just making faster chips and networks just isn't enough. So we've got to change data itself. And so what we do is we change the way data is structured. We have a data as code words approach that we represent bigger chunks of data with little chunks that we call code words. This leverages how incredibly fast computers can do lookups. And we call our primary product NURPAC, which is lossless, it's super efficient, it reduces the data size by about 75% in a couple of microseconds, and increases the effective bandwidth by about 4 times, and with almost no latency. And we're adding security. Not only that, it's homomorphic. You can randomly access it. So what we're talking about is addressing the huge opportunity here of everything with a processor. We have partnerships with Ericsson, NVIDIA, Viasat, HPE, Intel. We have contracts with the Space Force, the Air Force, enterprise clients. We have 109 patents, 227 pending, and we've raised $35 million. Now, we need another 25 to accelerate product development and put this on a chip and scale our go-to-market. This is a giant vision to change how every connected device with a processor structures its data. So join us. This is a revolution in the most important commodity in the world, data.
Thanks.
So I guess you started with the explanation that this was IoT focused.
Yes.
But are you actually starting with devices with a processor in them, or like, so is it like trillions of devices, billions of devices, millions of, what is the market opportunity?
It's basically, so to start, anything that is generating IoT type data, that's where we're starting, yes. But we're starting where we can put a container out of a SaaS into whatever the thing is, like, for example, like an Ericsson gateway, that's what we're doing now. But, this is a super light, really tiny little thing, this ultimate executable. We could actually put it into a microcontroller, and that means we could put it into basically anything you want, a temperature sensor, anything. So, yes, billions of things.
So there is a new paradigm of handling the data and processing the data. So what do you think about adaptation of this new paradigm? How long it takes, and have you do a customer who have already adopted to it?
Yeah, it's challenging a big time, because even though, yes, the actual algorithm is small, getting it into the very base, the first level or second level of the stack is like really challenging. So we have to start at the application layer. But And so where are we going first? We're going to guys like Ericsson, and we're going to Viasat. Viasat says, look, this is like launching 3 satellites for every satellite we've got, and for example. And we also have like the Space Force and the Air Force and the Navy. They have a bunch of old networks, and they need to get more data through them. So going to market really is getting into the application layer and later drilling down to the very most baseline level, because this can impact everything with the processor. I'm not kidding.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jayashree, co-founder and CEO of Atronis, and I'm happy to tell you more about how Atronis is transforming the retail product catalog space. Imagine a retailer such as Home Depot. Today, they're only able to upload 30% of products submitted to them online. They're leaving a huge opportunity at the table by missing out on data that is not published. So why is the publish rate so low? Upstream manufacturers and suppliers do not have good tools for data aggregation, curation, and creation. As a result, they're forced to work with agencies and offshore teams, which further fragments the data. This impacts the quality of the data, causing failures. This is a huge pain affecting 70 million plus global retailers today, and hundreds of billions of dollars are being left at the table. So how does Atronis work? From data ingestion through enrichment, rationalization, and finally mapping it for the destination, we transform unstructured data holistically into a consumer-ready catalog. Within a year of product launch, we have 5 paid customers and 8 pilots in progress. We have a healthy pipeline sitting at 3.95 million and are working with some of the largest brands and retailers. We are starting with a few categories. We are leaning into these categories because these markets are underserved and they're very large catalogs. Ultimately, we have the bold vision to become the operating system for all product data in retail. There are a few companies in this space, but what sets us apart is how fast we can generate the catalogs and also how we manage the entire product data lifecycle rather than being a point solution. We offer a subscription model with a base platform fee and a variable fee which depends on the number of SKUs processed. We have a stellar team with tons of experience in retail AI and data. I was leading the real-time data platform at Walmart. Our CTO is the first employee for DoorDash's revenue intelligence platform. Our CPO is ex-product director at Amex. Our revenue leader is ex-Amazon, where he helped onboard vendors to the Amazon's catalog. We are proud to be recognized as a startup with massive potential. In order to meet our growth needs, we are raising a seed round in May. We hope you will join us on this journey to reimagine product catalogs. Thank you.
Maybe, so if you could just talk about a good background, by the way, good presentation. If you could just talk about what is missing, like when you have a regular data warehouse, you could have a 5-tran or something like that. Mm-hmm. What is the missing layer today at a high level that you have to build now versus what people are using? Catalogs are getting uploaded every day.
Yeah, great question. So a few things. One is there is absolutely no validation. So every data in retail has a unique identifier called GTIN. So those numbers are missing or wrong. That's the primary problem. The second issue is that taxonomy classification or classifying the product to the right category is a big pain. There are no good solutions around that. The third is actually formatting it into the marketplace specification. Every marketplace has a different format. It requires 150 to 400 different fields to be filled in with different standards, different guidelines, different allowable values. So doing all of that is very, very painful.
So can you give some example of the time frame to deploy your solution into, say, customer like?
Yes.
Costco, because most of the data are sitting in different silos, right? So how do you aggregate it?
Right. So we have some integrations with different enterprise systems such as PIMS, ERP, CRMs. So we automatically use those connectors to ingest data, and as well from Trustpilot, review systems, and other PDFs. And then once the data lands on us, we can throw in as many GPUs to process the data in parallel and make the processing really fast. Thank you.
Welcome to Blink AI presentation. We are a fintech working on financial crime prevention. We have all seen such alerts coming through. There are two problems. One, the fraud has already happened. And second, the false positive rate of such alerts is over 90%. As a result, 2024 was a great year for fraudsters. We lost just under $500 billion in fraud, over $3.3 trillion in money laundering, and billions were spent in fraud prevention operations and technology. This is happening because most financial institutions use rule-based systems and siloed data. At Blink AI, we had the opportunity to reimagine the entire solution from end to end. We started by leveraging cross-channel data, keeping in mind all the data privacy regulations. The next step was to design a proprietary indexing process that prepared the data for effective usage by the AI models. On the AI model front, we use a multi-classifier ensemble model where multiple models are working on different algorithms, and when they all agree on a specific transaction to be fraud, a fraud alert is created. It is then sent over to the respective operations team for taking further action. We also capped the entire solution by using agentic technology to drive remediation. We have an under-pattern transfer learning model where new patterns, as they are detected, are fed back into the model so the model can keep learning. All of this happens in less than 200 milliseconds. A payment transaction takes about 400 milliseconds, so our solution is real time. Our case manager uses a fluid design, driving high operational efficiency. We also use explainable AI, informing the operators on why an alert was created with the risk score it had. We are using agentic technology based on historical and current data so that the operators can further accelerate resolution of an alert. Prompts can be created by the operators based on the way they want to use the system. We believe experience matters. The executive team brings over 100 years of combined experience in building and growing both startups and large businesses, combined with the industry-leading advisory board. Thank you for listening. Remember, we catch fraud before you can blink.
So basically, over $53 billion is spent in technology today, globally, in preventing financial crime. If you notice, the problem with existing systems is they're all running in silos right now. Most of them are rule-based, many on mainframe-based. Some of the largest banks run fraud detection on mainframes. What we have done is we have reimagined the entire product portfolio, starting with cross-channel data. Most fraud products today use a single channel, which is a transaction. We use the entire cross-channel data, which is very hard to bring it together and decrypt in a manner that privacy is not violated. Then we have built a proprietary indexing process, and we have built an ensemble AI model where we have multiple classifiers. So multiple models operating independently all have to agree on identifying a fraud. So it takes a lot of science behind getting there. Once we detect a fraud, then it's sent to our agentic-driven remediation process. We have an under-pattern transfer learning model. So when you detect a new pattern, how do you then go and make the models learn about the new patterns and algorithms? We transact within 200 milliseconds. So all of this stuff happens within 200 milliseconds. A standard payment takes about 400 milliseconds. This is just a demo of our product. So basically, once you get the fraud alert, you'll see a risk score coming up. This is explainable AI. Why did AI detect a fraud and what was the reason behind it? So explainable AI is a big deal where people ask, what did the model do behind the scenes? We also use agentic AI as an assistant, where the prompts are auto-generated based on historical and current data. We, of course, have a very experienced team that is leading the company, myself included, over 100 years of experience in the financial services and AI technology industry. Very strong, active board of advisors from industry-leading banks who are actually advising us in this journey. That's very much.
Traction, where are you with customers? And
so we are just about a year-old company. We will start our 2 pilots this quarter, with the first one scheduled to go live 15th of May, with one of the largest payment processors in the world, which has about 2,400 banks as their customers.
Also, if you have the false positive kind of things, how do you handle it? Because the customer may get annoyed and things like that. So how do you deal with those kind of situations?
Absolutely. So we have actually trained our model based on some real life data. So we got about 2.5 million records from JP Morgan Chase. We also got a large amount of, about 1.5 million transactions from a cross-border payment company. We created our own synthetic data. So our models today operate at about 98.4% efficacy.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry, you have a question, Chetan?
Is the product like fully ready, or is it still?
Yes, it's in deployable stage right now. Crypto is something that we are building on, which will release in Q3 of this year. But all the other payment types, including ISO 222 payments, are today ready to go.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
$0.40 of every dollar you pay towards your insurance premium goes towards administrative costs. These costs stem from siloed systems, exploding volumes of unstructured data, and many domain professionals, experienced ones, leaving the industry. The result? Fraud, increased litigation, rising expenses, all of which drive your premiums today. The longer the claim stays open, the more expensive it gets. This is the old adage in the insurance industry. That's exactly why we built Charlie.ai. We provide the right claims to the right person at the right time in a prioritized way with the contextual explanations of why they should be looking at something so it can be mitigated early or closed and dealt with appropriately. Charlie is an AI intelligence platform for claims built specifically for both commercial and personal lines of property and casualty insurers. It's powered by our proprietary Insights database, which has been pre-trained over 55 million claims. It helps manage reserves, severity, and reduce litigation and fraud. The results speak for themselves. Carriers today are seeing measurable ROI within 6 months of implementation. We are currently raising a 5 million Series A at a 30 million pre-valuation. And this will boost our growth and partnerships and delivery and establish us as a category leader within insurance. Insurance is the backbone of all the industries. Please join me in removing the inefficiencies so we can strengthen this backbone. Thank you so much. My name is Sri Ramaswamy. I'm the founder and CEO of Charlie.ai.
Thanks. So how many customers you have today, and typically what's your GTM cycle like?
Sure. Today we have 8 customers and we have crossed 2 million in ARR. Our GTM cycle, so starting from meeting the customer, we have been able to cut it down to about 9 months at this point.
So are you focused initially on the personal injury and the property insurance, or you are broad into it?
Yeah, we do everything property and casualty, so that includes personal lines, so personal auto, homeowners. It also includes commercial property, general liability, commercial auto, workers' compensation.
Okay.
Can you just say a word about the team?
Sure. So we have a strong team. Myself, I'm the CTO, one of the co-founders. Shri is actually my wife and CEO of the company. I come from IIT Bombay, have about 20 years experience in machine learning and AI algorithms. Shri has more than 25 years in the insurance industry. She has launched 2 large products in that industry. John Standish, one of our co-founders, he wrote the regulations for California for the insurance fraud regulation. So he was part of that. And many more. And Mike, who is our CIO, has had 2 successful exits himself. So that's our team. Okay, thank you all.
Over 50% of today's workforce are millennials and Gen Z. And they expect employers to lead with purpose, not just profits. Meanwhile, the new administration is making ESG and CSR disclosures stricter than ever before. Getting CSR right isn't optional anymore. It's a business, talent, and compliance imperative. Yet, despite $40 billion spent annually, companies still struggle. CSR teams are small, programs are manual, only 9% of employees participate, and compliance reporting is slow and painful. The old model just can't scale, and companies are feeling the pain. Chizuba is an AI-powered corporate social responsibility platform that transforms employee volunteering and corporate giving. Our AI scans the entire internet to find every volunteering opportunity that exists and matches them to employees based on their skills, interests, and location. Our nonprofit vetting engine ensures that every nonprofit in the world is evaluated exactly to a company's legal, PR, and compliance standards. We don't just list nonprofits, we vet them intelligently and automatically. Whether a company cares about financial compliance, mission alignment, or reputational risk, Chizuba solves for it. Every opportunity found, every nonprofit vetted, every employee engaged. The result? 3 times higher employee engagement, seamless global scalability, and bulletproof compliance readiness. Chizuba turns CSR from manual chaos into intelligent orchestration. We power CSR at multinational corporations, and the adoption is accelerating. Companies no longer need bigger CSR teams, they need smarter ones, powered by Chizuba. The market is massive, the need is urgent, and AI is the unlock. Welcome to Chizuba. We are building the infrastructure for corporate philanthropy in the 21st century. By the way, Chizuba means thank you in Burmese. So, Chizuba.
Are you going to market here or in India? Because I guess CSR works a little differently. India is more on the 2%.
Right. This is more focused on the US side. It's on the employee volunteering and employee giving, which does not cover according to CSR in India. So it's a product for the US.
For the US. Mainly for employees then, not for corporate giving, as in 2% direct. That's
no, 2% is an Indian compliance rule. Nowhere else. The logic is the same. The logic of CSR is the same, but it's not mandated by governments in terms of how much you spend and how you spend. But that is the case in India. But elsewhere, companies can choose how they want to spend and how much they want to spend. Benevity is our biggest competitor. Benevity is an enterprise SaaS where companies create their own volunteering and giving programs. What we essentially do is it's a holistic platform where a company which buys our solution, they don't need to create their own volunteering programs, or they don't need to do manual vetting of nonprofits or even manual compliance check in terms of we'll match the donation for this nonprofit and we won't match a donation for this nonprofit. They set up their prompts that we can match for, let's say, education-based nonprofits which have less than 5 million in revenue, or an employee can put up their skills, causes, and location, and we find volunteering opportunities for them. So companies don't need to create it themselves.
So can you comment about your revenue this year and customer traction?
So we launched our enterprise AI late last year, and by the end of this quarter, we should be ending at about $250,000 in revenue. Enterprise sales cycle for us is about 6 to 9 months. So we have a lot in the pipeline and a few pilots. We should be most probably ending the year at about 600K ARR. Thank you.
Every garment on the line relies on one thing: accurate measurements. Yet today, most inspectors still use pen, paper, and spreadsheets, slowing production and inviting mistakes. On average, inspectors spend nearly 2 to 4 hours a day just entering measurement data by hand. And human error accounts for costly downtime across factories. These measurement errors result in an extra $36 billion in annual costs of garment manufacturing globally. Also, every year, approximately 300,000 trees worth of paper are used in this process to record garment measurements during inspection. Sisyphe solves this with Sisyphe Alpha, our smart tape measure that captures every measurement digitally, sending data in real time to any software. No pen, no paper, no errors. Watch data sync into your dashboard, automated QA checks, instant out-of-tolerance alerts, and analytics that let you fix issues before they become costly recalls. And it's not just alpha. Next-gen SysIFI Omega optimizes inline, midline, and final inspections in factories. And SysIFI FIDA upgrades the customer experience at boutiques and retail stores. Pair our smart tape measures with our SysIFI Fashion app for made-to-measure and retail, or SysIFI TUNS for end-to-end factory quality management. All your measurement data, centrally managed and instantly actionable. The opportunity is immense. An $18 billion global market across fashion retail and fashion manufacturing, from Asia to the Americas. Led by Jitender Singh, with 20-plus years of experience in the textile and fashion industry, and Krupal Variya, with 6-plus years of experience in software, IoT, and AI. SysIFI is engineered for scale and sustainability. SysIFI, measure smarter, waste less.
Is this a hardware sales business model? Can you comment on how you make revenue?
So there's a combination of models here. Hardware is one-time sales for us, and then there are two softwares, as we have seen. One software is for manufacturing units, which is a server-based software. Another software was a mobile app, which is for tailors and boutiques. And both of these softwares are on recurring revenue subscription model.
So your initial go-to-market is B2B or B2C to the small retail trailers?
So divide our customer base into two type of different focus customers. So one is the brands and manufacturing units. For them, our model is pure B2B. Starts with approaching them, giving them a demo, and then selling a sample quantity and going forward. Because a small number of players is less, but every player is significant and volumes are higher with them. The next model is for tailors and boutiques, which is a digital to business, D2B model, where digital marketing and website sales and e-commerce platforms comes into play.
What is the pricing of these products?
So the first one, which you saw, SysIFI Alpha, that is for $200. The next one, which was a bigger unit for factories, that is for $400. And the last one, the smaller device for tailors and boutiques, is for $50.
So who's your largest customer today and how much revenue?
So largest customer for us today is Tommy Hilfiger office in India. They've taken around 70 units from us. We just started clocking in revenue 4 months back. So we are still in very early stages of revenue. So they are the biggest customer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today's enterprises use a lot of SaaS apps like Microsoft, Adobe, Salesforce, Calendly to run their everyday operations. A typical 1,000-employee company could have over 700 apps. Usually, IT, security, and procurement teams spend hundreds of hours manually logging into each of these individual apps to understand usage, who has access to these apps, review access reviews, onboard, offboard users, as well as renew these apps. CloudEagle.ai is here to change that. We are the only all-in-one, complete SaaS lifecycle management platform, providing 100% visibility, governance, and renewal of SaaS apps from a single dashboard. What sets us apart here at CloudEagle.ai is our industry-leading 500+ integrations, contract metadata AI extraction, quick 30-minute onboarding process, our proprietary SaaS map of over 150,000 vendors, automated workflows, giving us a clear edge over other SaaS management platforms. For instance, RingCentral saved over 1,500 hours and over 1.5 million in savings leveraging our license harvesting capabilities. At CloudEagle, we leverage AI and ML to deliver a truly unique experience for our customers. Our SaaS pilot, powered by our Knowledge Graph SaaS map, offers a conversational interface that simplifies access management and renewal of SaaS apps. Gartner and other leading industry analysts have recognized us for our unique AI and ML capabilities, setting our platform apart from our peers. We built CloudEagle to help CIOs and CISOs streamline their SaaS operations while giving employees the flexibility to choose the apps that make them the most productive.
Yeah, that was Cloud Eagle. I don't think Prasanna Naik or Nidhi Jain are here. So anyway, you heard them.
Did you know that a mom's mental health has a direct impact on her baby, her family, and the economy? 1 in 5 women experience maternal depression. However, 20% of women go unscreened. Even beyond that, 70% go untreated. That's over 500,000 women every year. In fact, 1/3 of maternal mortality is due to mental health issues. This is a public health crisis hiding in plain sight. The yearly cost, $14.2 billion in lost productivity, healthcare expenses, and negative long-term effects on children. Curio is here to change the narrative with a Monolith platform. Monolith Plus is the only FDA-cleared AI-powered software as a medical device that delivers personalized digital therapy for treatment of mild to moderate postpartum depression symptoms with a trained therapist available. The Monolith platform delivers end-to-end care. We identify 88% of women at risk for postpartum depression symptoms as early as the second trimester, enabling timely support when it matters most. In clinical studies, 86% of Monolith Plus users experience significant symptom reduction, a 3.6 times improvement over standard care. And with 75% user engagement, the impact lasts. Monolith Plus uses the science of gamification with built-in rewards and gentle touchpoints. It helps moms stay engaged because consistency brings real change. The effect? A meaningful evolution in access, health equity, and outcomes for everyone in the healthcare ecosystem, from patients to providers to health plans. Monolith delivers a 5-to-1 ROI, proving care can be both cost-effective and compassionate. Offered right at the point of care and covered by major insurers, support reaches new moms when they need it most, without the burden of a bill. We at Curio are not stopping here. Our upcoming solutions address mental health issues for every stage in a woman's life, from fertility to menopause. Curio is here for all women. Digital when you need it, human when you want it. We bring cutting-edge AI in partnership with leading healthcare institutes, blending science, technology, and human empathy to drive next-gen clinical solutions. Join our journey today and create an impact that lasts for generations.
How do you acquire customers?
So we are covered by insurance, and then we market to providers. We are integrated with EMR, so electronic medical record at point of care. So physicians just have to order, and it's covered by insurance company.
And what's your current traction?
So we actually have coverage in 5 states. We just got FDA approval last year. We are the only company in this category. There are only 5 companies overall that have gotten software as a medical device approval. And we have launched, we are live in 2 states, New Jersey and Pennsylvania with Horizon and Highmark, and launching in another 5. We also have actually, Wednesday there was a bill that went through Senate hearing here in California. If that goes through Assembly in June, we will have a statewide mandate for our coverage in California.
So can you comment on how many sessions or customers you've sold so far?
How many are customers? So we go through insurance companies.
No, patients, like.
How many patients have used it? For our Mama Lift app has been used by 5,000 women so far. We have done 6 clinical trials before that. We actually have been accepted in, first Impact Factor 4.8 journal recently, our results. So in total of 5,000 women. And we just launched actually last year after our FDA approval. We can't launch before FDA approval. So we got it in April, and ever since 5,000. We diverted 3 suicides last year as well. So.
Yeah, great product. Can you comment on how effective it is versus consumer grade like Headspace or Calm or something that's...
Yeah, good question. So Headspace and Calm are generic. They are not specific. Another thing is that they are not prescription product. There's no clinical trial that have been done. As was mentioned, 86% improvement. And we have a class 2 device category from FDA.
In a world where sustainability is no longer optional, GE3S is here to simplify and amplify the solutions businesses need to thrive, environmentally and financially. Through innovation-driven solutions, we've helped businesses save energy, conserve water, and divert waste from landfills. But our impact doesn't stop at simplifying. It scales and transforms industries, positioning GE3S as a trusted leader in sustainability technology. The global sustainability tech market is projected to grow from $28.6 billion in 2024 to $134.9 billion by 2030. Governments in major markets like the UAE, USA, Europe, and India are pushing tougher regulations like carbon taxes and emission limits, driving demand for smarter solutions. And over 60% of companies are investing in AI-driven tools to meet ESG standards and reduce their carbon footprints. But there are challenges holding industries back. A complex regulatory environment, a lack of integrated solutions, and investor pressure to deliver measurable results. That's where GE3S steps in. Our automated, scalable solutions address these problems head-on. We simplify compliance, integrate systems, and reduce costs. We deliver efficiency while making sustainability achievable for companies of all scales. To scale further, we are seeking a fundraise of $6 to $10 million. These funds will enable us to expand our team with new hires, invest in development operations, enhance our marketing efforts, and drive research and development for innovative solutions. We're not just building a sustainable future, we're enabling businesses to lead the way in creating it. Join us as we scale impact, accelerate innovation, and amplify sustainability for communities and businesses worldwide.
This is mainly a reporting platform. So what does the product actually do?
No, it actually consolidates all sustainability-related activities in how do you monitor, track, and see where you stand against your peers. You can just feed in the basic information onto the platform. We have standardized all the templates, and you can get and extract all the data that you require on your sustainability performance on an on-demand basis.
So your primary customers are government agencies, large corporations.
So we believe that any person who is consuming either water, air, or creating noise, any manufacturing facility, government agencies, or large conglomerates as well, and they are all our customers. And some of our customers are as small as, say, a building to a large shipping industry as well.
What does G3S stand for?
Yeah, so this is the abbreviation of Global Energy and Environmental Engineering Services. That was the original name, and we made this logo when we incubated this farm. So we abbreviated it, and so the logo is the GEQS. So now we are branding it all places like GE3S. Like
how many customers you have?
Yeah, so we have near about 250 clients, which are the large corporate and the governments. And like we stated, we have the suite of the software for the every industry to monitor, manage, and enhance. And these are the all AI-enabled software to cut the cost by 80% and the time by the 90%. So yeah, that's all.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
We at Gigaforce are defining the future of subrogation. Subrogation is important because it's one of only 3 revenue sources that an insurance company receives. It provides improved customer satisfaction and returns deductibles quickly, and ultimately holds parties responsible for their actions. For every dollar recovered through subrogation at the lowest cost, it contributes to keeping premiums low for the consumer. The claims and subrogation journey begins at the first notice of loss and ends with the recovery payment. Our end-to-end workflow matches up with each one of those steps in that it begins with the scoring of subrogation claims, it determines liability, it packages and combines documents together to be able to provide to the at-fault party or their insurance company. Our technology also provides the ability to communicate and or negotiate with those parties, with the recovery payment being received and automatically applied at the claim level. George, our AI-enabled agent, helps us make that happen. Subreforce is our end-to-end workflow platform that can be used in a standalone world or can be embedded at the core platform level for the insurance company. George, our AI-enabled agent, helps us aggregate documents, identify claims through our Subro score process, summarize claim information within the file, helps in the liability decision-making process, and drafts correspondence. Our platform ties everyone together in this ecosystem of subrogation, all the way from insurance companies to law firms to recovery vendors. Our current status is that we are post-revenue and are in a growth series raise. We thank you for the time, and should you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. Thank you.
Thank you.
So have you already raised some capital? Where are you in your fundraising journey?
Yeah, we are raising around 5, so we're close to 4+ right now.
This is your first round? Or?
This is, I would probably call it a seed plus round.
What's your current ARR?
Current ARR is like around 1 right now.
Can you talk about your experience in it feels like a very industry-specific product. Was there a reason you built this particular product in this market?
Right. So most of the team that we have it is, right, they were the insurance industry people, worked in the insurance for probably, I would say, combine the top 3 or 4 people we have it, it'll be 100+. Okay. I personally did a lot of work for AAA Northern California. Okay, so and then we have people who worked at Farmers, Motorist, which is Ancova, Centenary Financial, Munich Re. I personally have made some solution sales to Munich Re and the Swiss company there. So it's a very focused, as you said that right. Okay, as one of the things that we mentioned, this is the only one of the 3 ways that insurance companies makes money. Of course, everybody knows premium. The other one is investment, and this is the third one. And this is one of the most ignored areas, but I think the way what we have seen it off late is we're getting almost like 300% returns. And where we are in our journey today, we have focused by choice. We focus on the third-party administrators. Now the product is ready for the prime time for the carrier, so the market opens up significantly now. Thank you.
Gone are the days when Indian companies settled for underpowered robots, like the cars without airbags. Now what about the overpowered robots, the imported CKDs? Not only expensive, but rigid and no customization. What India needs today is the just right robots, tuned to the terrain and tailored to the task. Every factory and warehouse is different, and within them, multiple processes, like feeding to the production lines, storage, replenishment, inventory audit, quality inspection, and more. Should these businesses use 10 different robots to do this all? This is the reason most of them still rely on manual labor. Prone to injury, prone to error, and short in supply.
Introducing Enlightened Missions, the only physical AI for intralogistics. Not just robots, but a robotic workforce. 3x faster, 10x productivity, all without the increasing in operational cost. You don't believe me? Just ask Mahindra Logistics and Siemens Healthineers. How are we doing it? We have trained an AI model for the best autonomous navigation that requires no expensive LiDARs, which in a sense, no SLAM. Let me give you a hint. Our system renders exactly what's in front, just like a doomed game engine. Light and dark. Stable or dynamic environment. Our robot never deviates. Even if somebody tries to push, just like me, how I come back, this is how our robot's gonna come back. But here's the catch, no GPU, just AI on edge that enables the robot to make the visibility better, wherein you can see the operations live. Our unique omnidirectional drive system moves like human, reaches like human, and fits where no forklift dares to go. Last but not least, we are on set to target Moravec's paradox. We are gonna enable robots to function just like humans using AI models. We are targeting a mechanism of robot with just a single camera. We are able to pick up the object at any scenario. My name is Abhi. I'm a co-founder and CTO, and I'm a passionate robotics engineer.
And I'm Samana, founder and CEO, ready to scale Indian factories and reshape global intralogistics. This is Enlightened Machines for you.
Looks like you have fun at the company. Very nice. So, question on, I guess, market. So you're focused on the Indian market, logistics or manufacturing. What kind of end markets?
Thank you for asking. We are located in Bangalore right now, so it is easier for us to prove our concept nearby. And luckily, we are working with Mahindra Logistics as our design partners, through which we have proven our concept on Flipkart warehouse. So that is a warehousing sector, right? But then we also got an opportunity to work with Denso, which is a Toyota group, and that's an automotive manufacturing. And we have entered both the markets at the same time. And you would think that, oh, how can you support both? But thankfully, our system is so modular. So the only difference between the two industries was to just change the gripper. That's it. So you could see in the video, there is a vertical lifter, vertical reaching system, and autonomous mobility, and the end user, gripper. So that is the only thing which changed between the two. Rest is the same. And one thing I would like to add here, so for Flipkart, we got a special use case, which was inventory management, which nobody else does as of today. And we have done it for them with 100% accuracy.
So can you talk about your funding? And this is a CapEx heavy kind of thing. So what your funding needs are, and what is an average cost to manufacture it? And do you sell the robot as a service or a one-time sale?
Okay, we have both the models in place. We have understood that factories need robots in less numbers, so CapEx is okay for them. But for warehouses, they need large numbers, like 20s, 30s, like that. So they cannot, they would like the OpEx model better. So we have both of them in place. Now, even with both the models, we are saving them operation cost, unlike others. Most robotic companies, when they come to a business, it generally adds on to the cost in the initial days, but we are not. So we are saving 50% cost year on year for 3 years of contract period. That's what we are looking for right now. And in terms of cost of manufacturing, let me tell you, we have 3 IPs. One is in the autonomous navigation technology. Okay. So with that, with the 3 IPs, we are able to manufacture our products in less than $5,000. Thank you.
The sun gave us hope, but somewhere under its harshest glare, the dream of clean energy is slipping away.
His job? Cleaning the dust-choking solar power generation, sometimes up to 70% loss. His every step risks electrocution from 1,500-volt currents and deadly falls from slippery heights. Every bucket of water drains the region's precious supply and even damages the panels. Investors watch profits erode, rising water costs, labor expenses, unpredictable maintenance. Robotic solutions have limitations. Commercialization of alternatives, still out of sight. Until Sushin, a budding solar entrepreneur committed to solve this unsolved problem.
Introducing iPanel Clean, the breakthrough that changes everything. Patented iPanel Clean, the world's first fully automated, waterless, brushless cleaning system using compressed air. Optional minimal water nighttime cleaning, ensuring absolute safety. Has huge worldwide potential annual impact. Already installed across residential, industrial projects. 120 kilowatts across 10 projects. $5 million worth of quotations submitted.
So, who is Sushin? Well, he's an ex-Navy commander and alumnus of IIT Delhi, IIM Ahmedabad, and Texas University. An ex-program director of innovations for defense excellence. After spending 26 years in repairing, building, and designing aircraft carriers, submarines, and stealth frigates, he dedicated the last decade to entrepreneurship, focusing the past 7 years on iPanel Clean. It's a journey that opens up a US $220 billion global market with massive environmental, social, and economic impact.
Recognized by India's Niti Aayog Birac JLL and Leap to Unicorn by CNBC TV. Globally by TiE50 McKinsey, Capital in Singapore and PFAN. Published by Forbes India, Span, and Share America. iPanel Clean is incubated with Nexus, a US government incubator, and IIT Kanpur. Welcome to the revolution. Welcome to iPanel Clean. The future of solar is here.
How are these deployed? So these large things, are they drone deployed, or how do they go across the panels?
As you saw in the video, we saw dust moving away.
Yeah.
So that was the effect that we have created using our technology. So first we apply nano coatings on the solar panels so that they become slippery and dust will not stick to it naturally. When the loose dust is there on the solar panels, we blow them clean using compressed air. And the compressed air, we can use it 3 times a day in our standard process. The whole industry cleans once a month. We clean 90 cost-effective cleanings per month. So that's how we produce additional power from the solar plants, and we are setting up new benchmark in solar power generation. In one case, we produce 66% more power. In another case, for Capital Land, which is the world's largest real estate company, and selected us through the international competition. So we deployed on 6 of their solar plants, and we gave them 50% more power.
The question is, if there is a large installation, how do you deploy your air compression to blow the compressed air on the panel?
Right. So current technology that we have developed, it is working absolutely fine for the kilowatt scale projects. So when it comes to megawatt, so we need to install more of the equipment that we have. So we have converted all our equipment into containerized modules. The first project that we did, it took us 3 years to deploy it. The second one, 2 years. The third one, 6 months. And now our last deployment has gone in 6 hours. So that is the scale we are reaching now.
Thank you to TiE Silicon Valley for this incredible recognition. Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Winta Ghebreyesus, founder and CEO of Moontrades Technologies. And what we're building is autonomous mining intelligence starting right here on Earth, with a vision to scale into space. The problem is urgent, which is that explorers still drive and drill thousands of holes and up to 30% yield no results. That's billions in wasted cost, long timelines, and major environmental risk. Our solution is an AI-powered rover that helps explorers identify high-potential zones before they drill. We combine terrain data, environmental signals, and advanced sensing to deliver real-time, actionable insights. The market is ready, so we're targeting the $200 million North American segment of junior explorers focused on electrification, on energy storage, and on supply chain resilience. And we're already in active conversations with operators as well as critical mineral groups preparing for deployment. Our vision is simple: to become the intelligence layer powering next-generation exploration from the deserts of Nevada into deep space. We've already secured over $100,000 in early non-dilutive funding and in-kind support, and we're advancing toward technology readiness level of 6 with strong technical partners. We're also engaging with NASA Ames and Lunar Surface Innovation Consortium while preparing for SBIR and dual-use pathways. To launch our first pilot and position us for scalable deployment, we're raising $250,000 to support early operations and system integration. We also see strong synergy with sensing and data partners whose technologies like drone imaging, downhole drilling, and remote spectroscopy enhance our platform's capability and reach. So, if you're looking to invest in the future of intelligent exploration, Moontrades is ready to lead. Thank you.
So how do you deliver the solution? Do you use satellites, or how do you go about it?
It's complementary to satellite data as well as drone data. So we are ground-based, ground truthing as a service.
And typically, who are your target clients?
It would be mining exploration companies. You can think of it as the Rio Tintos of the world, the BHPs of the world.
And like, what are they currently using, and how do you differentiate and acquire customers?
Yeah, great question. So you can think of it as pen and paper for geologists, which oftentimes go in field. Their roles can also be prospectors or developers, and they use handheld scanning technology and scanners. It's very time intensive and capital intensive, and so we're trying to automate that in a way.
You mentioned, the other techniques. So, I guess there are companies like Impossible Metals, and there are other companies kind of using AI for this, either through spectroscopy or, land-based. Why wouldn't they do this themselves? Why is this additional step needed where it's a separate service that you're having to deliver?
Yes. It's mapping as a service, and it's software and subscription-based as well. We see ourselves as the go-to partner for the full life cycle. Originally, we started with exploration, but now companies that are at the production level are also talking to us when it comes to co-piloting solutions. And so we see it as data-driven, as AI-driven, and it's really closed loop and full circle, because even when it comes to resource geological modeling, they need to reconcile that data, whether it's from the predictive side, but also getting the real data in field to then validate that predictive analytics. Thank you.
Hi everyone. We are enabling our customers for zero defect manufacturing using AI. Towards that, we have non-contact and non-intrusive inspection products, digital ears, digital eyes, and digital supervisor. A bit about our customers. Till date, we have inspected more than 15 million vehicles with zero outflows from our inspection stations. We predominantly have customers from automotive sector, and recently we started venturing into non-automotive sector since we are pretty much manufacturing sector agnostic. In the bottom, you can see the awards and recognitions. We have been winners of Open Innovation Challenge from major autos players, Daimler Trucks, Mahindra, Renault, Nissan, Maruti. The solution that we deployed at Honda was given the Best Quality Solution Award. In fact, that is giving us pretty good recurring revenues every year. In terms of digital ears, we participated in Global Challenge for Machine Condition Monitoring, where we competed with global R&D labs from likes of Apple, Intel, Hitachi, and our AI model was ranked 12th, and we were the only participants from India. Digital ears is a non-intrusive inspection by listening to sound. So this is essentially our core USP, where we find out defects by listening to sound. We have listed out 4 different categories where this can be applied as of now, and for each category of these solutions, we have foundational model, which basically enables us to go and deploy similar applications and solutions into another customer environment very quickly, since we already have the foundational model built in. Digital eyes. So talking about digital eyes, which is non-contact visual inspection, here again we have different categories of application, and for each of these applications, we have our own foundational model, which enables us to deploy similar applications at another customer location very quickly using these foundational models. Now, Digital Supervisor, this is our platform which enables real-time monitoring of the machines and processes and automated AI model update. Here, customers have the flexibility to build their own AI model, basically build, train, and deploy their own applications. As we start getting more data from different machines, different digital eyes and digital ear solutions, we can also start giving more realistic outputs to the customer for predictive analytics purposes. So this is our founding team. We started in 2018 and have 2 development centers, Bangalore and California. We have pan-India customer presence and 2 global customers acquired last year, 1 in Philippines and 1 in Japan. Concluding, we have a very comprehensive AI-based inspection solution, which is automatic, reliable, non-invasive, and cost-effective for widespread automatic assembly line inspections. Thank you.
Great. Sounds like great progress. Are you raising financing? What is the use of, what are you planning for this financing, and what do you plan to use it for?
So, sorry, so your question is...
Are you raising a round of financing right now?
Yes. So we have already raised a very small amount, around 20K 2 years back. Due to, actually, it was supposed to be 50K, but due to some regulations and all, it didn't happen. So again, we are looking for 300K US dollars. So with the same evaluation, actually. Valuation is already done. Yeah. Thank you.
So what's the current scale? How many customers? What's the revenue like?
So we have around 15 customers now. Honda is our biggest customer, and we have been, we deployed at one location, and then they really like the product, and they are actually deploying on various other assembly lines as well as other factories. And recently, Honda, we got the Best Quality Solution Award, as I said, and recently they deployed in Philippines as well. So now we have a distributor in Philippines as well as Japan.
So what's your recurring revenue from Honda customer?
So Honda actually, so we have 2 models. One is we deploy per station. Also we have AMC, annual contract. Currently it's around 1 CR, which is, sorry, 1 CR INR.
And are you registered in India or are you?
We are registered in India. We have a team in US as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jayant Rati. I'm the CEO and founder of Nayan Technologies. Nayan, as the name sounds, is computer vision focused, and we aim to be watching the roads and non-compliances and safety for multiple fleets, government agencies, and many more. My background is in robotics and artificial intelligence. I graduated Georgia Tech with my PhD in robotics in 2011, master's also from Georgia Tech in 2008, and bachelor's in 2006 from Delhi University, Delhi College of Engineering. This is my third company and about 100 patents to my name, working with various US government agencies like DARPA, US Air Force, but also my biggest customers, including Google X, Sony Corp, and many more. That's me driving an Uber on the bottom right, and also the birth of Nayan. What you see are the three big models that we target on smart cities, and we target at each customer at a minimum of about $1 million per customer per city that we are aiming to license our solution, as well as fleets at a minimum cost per fleet per vehicle. We also charge municipalities of various cities at about $1 million per year for maintaining a license to monitor the whole city. The TAM, as you can see, is massive, and the SOM that we are targeting in India is about 75 billion, as well as a number of other countries add up to that number. We are heavily patented, so we have 19 granted patents, now 21 recently, and over 70 filed patents globally, which should be touching 100 by the end of this year. Also, the name Nayan is heavily trademarked by us in every jurisdiction. A quick demo of how each of the three works. So you can see us detecting roadway issues on the left, traffic violations in US and UAE in the middle, and then the road issues and fleet safety in the right on many Indian buses. Everything that goes online is recorded such. We've been growing steadily, sampling. It's a literal hockey curve in our case. We sampled the market at a very nominal cost. We made $1 million last year with an EBITDA of 50%, which was substantially large that we anticipated. This year, we're targeting a closure revenue of $2 million and also closure of our manufacturing line with 7,000 cameras getting closed by March this year. We also have a pipeline of about $12 million, which we aim to close in this coming year. A number of investors have invested, including some renowned names like Thiru Sato-san from BNext Emerging Asia, Singapore, Rajan Anandan from Sequoia back in the days, as well as Peak 5 now, also being decorated by the biggest ministries and all the way till Prime Minister's and the President's office as well. And a number of other partners, these are heads of states of different countries, and a number of demos that we've done both in Geneva, Austria, United States, and other locations.
So your clients are generally the traffic authorities in different cities, and or do you also work with private, fleet operators?
So we just released a lineup of cameras. They're all to support all B2B channel partners. We've also nearly signed one deal for about 20,000 gas stations and close to about 1 million vehicles that are going to be augmented with the cameras very soon in the United States, North America. In India as well, we have about 4,000 school buses in play. Those are B2B again. The government channels are very nice because we get a massive EBITDA. Each deal is significantly large, and we have monopolized the whole country. Literally, we've kicked off everyone else in the scope. We're about to do the same in the US. So both B2B and B2G.
Also, do you do all the intelligent processing on the camera, or is done kind of camera and the cloud?
It's a hybrid, but for most of the computing happens on the camera itself. But since it's agentic, all the different customers have the same camera, just the agents keep swapping for the use cases. If you are, let's say, a traffic department and you have 20 different use cases of parking, illegal bus lane violation, bicycle lane violation, multiple things, then we do a hybrid. So meta tagging and low cost enabling and sending it to the cloud, and there we dispense all the other violations. So it really depends on how many use cases you're loading on the camera.
Got it.
Right. Thanks. We're also raising a seed round in the Valley now, so it's
Everyone, attention please. I would like to now invite the judges, Bhupen, Rohini, and Chetan to say a few words and then announce the winners.
Yeah, thanks for all the efforts from all of the presenters. And I think we did have to negotiate a little bit amongst the judges here because we did have quite a few favorites. But yeah, thanks for all the efforts that have gone into this. Okay, so we have the ABCs of winners. So I think we'll each go through one and just let you know why we picked that. And just to reiterate, we liked many more than the 3 that we have to announce, so we had to actually negotiate this down. So the first one we liked a lot was Curio. If Shailaja is here. Curio, they have this product called the Mama Lift, and which we like the fact that they had gone through the tough part of actually getting FDA approval. It's an approved digital therapeutic that gives them a moat. And also they have the data to demonstrate that this makes a huge difference. And impact-wise, I think it's a much-needed product, large market, underserved. And they have some results there as well on actual performance in the field and prevented suicides, which is huge impact. So congratulations to Curio.
Yeah, the second one, which we had to select after shortlisting many, was IKEM AI. We found the whole problem statement to be huge and very innovative in terms of what they were doing. That's our IKEM.
And the third winner is Blink. We like the Blink because the fraud in this digital and online world is very high and growing exponentially. And their multidimensional real-time approach of identifying the fraud, and the team has a lot of experience in this field. So we like that part of it. So this part of our choice of the 19 company presented. And thanks Anand and entire organizing it. The list of companies who presented were all impressive. All of them were different dimensions, and it was kind of a lot to absorb in few minutes. And we had many choices, and we had to negotiate as to pick these 3.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bhupin, Rohini, and Chetan. Thanks for your time. Congratulations to the winners, IKEM, Blink, right? Blink and Curio. ABC. Perfect. Thank you, guys.
And I guess reiterate, all of you are winners. Thank you for being participation of the program.